Hi, I'm Emilio de Rosario from UP Pampanga, and I will conduct an informative interview with Mr. Joshua Sanglap, a quality analyst at Teleperformance Inc. It's a call center agency. So, good day, Mr. Sanglap.
Good
How
evening,
are
sir.
you?
I'm doing great. Enjoying the weekend.
Mm. Call center has been booming nowadays. So, can you tell me the life inside the call center?
Well, pretty much kind of same as an office work. It's just that you're working at night, and at the same time you're talking to a lot of customers. So pretty much those are the only differences.
So, how is it being a quality analyst?
Well, so far so good. Enjoying the job. It's not that much of a workload as a representative, but at the same time, the place a little much more better.
So, what is the job description of a quality analyst?
Well, quality assurance analysts we are the people who check and listen to calls, make sure they are complying with what the call flow is requiring them to do, what the clients are requesting on how they should be handling the call, and at the same time, check if there are any violations that are being done by any representatives or agents.
So, how do you make sure that the representatives get their call?
Well, first up, we'll listen to the call, make sure that everything in the guidelines, with how the tone of their voice is going, how they greet the customer at the same time, if they are able to connect with the customer, what are their recommendations, how did they fix it, making sure that they're also providing accurate information. So all of those in a certain list of guidelines, and we need to make sure that everything is followed.
So, that is the part of the representatives. How about making sure that the clients get what they want?
Well, obviously, we want to push and drive representatives to getting a higher score so that we can make them see that everyone is complying to what they wanted.
What are those scores?
Well, like what I said earlier, showing the personality, how they handle the call, what are their resolutions, how they end the call, and more importantly, avoiding any of the auto-fails, or so we call it, things that representative do inside a call or while in a call, and at the same time that results with them getting an automatic zero with regards to the score.
Who gives these scores?
It's us. We're the ones who gives the score, and at the same time, we are also the ones who pass it on to the supervisors so that the supervisors are aware that what are the behaviors that we've noticed on their representatives' calls.
By us, did you mean even the regular agents?
No, it's us, the QA department.
Okay. Does high scores ensure satisfaction between you and the clients?
Obviously, yes. At least we can make them see and realize that, hey, representatives are handling the call the way that you wanted it and the way that you're instructing us to do it.
If you're inside the call center, there are quotas. How do you make sure that you reach them?
Well, make sure that you manage your time precisely. And at the same time, if needed, work a few more hours, or if you're done taking your lunch, take a few minutes off of your time from lunch and continue on working on it. So pretty much a lot of things that we can do, but making sure that you're always up to pace with regards to listening to calls, scoring it, and posting it at the same time. It's just on how you will be able to go ahead and handle it yourself.
Do you reach it as a team, hand in hand, or as individuals?
Well, unlike representatives' point of metrics, this one is on an individual scale or individual kind of thing. Because there may be 5 of us in the QA team that are under our program, but the thing here is that we do have our own set of goals. So it's not like when you're a representative, you actually go ahead and get a very good sale or scores today, and at the same time, after this day, you might get up something bad, but your teammates will pull you up. It's not like that. Here, it's my numbers, my goal.
So, can you cite some team goals and individual goals?
Well, let's start with the representative's point of view. As a representative, let's just go ahead and put my team as an example. Our goal is to be able to make sure that by the end of the month we're on a 60% score with our customer satisfaction rate, which means the surveys that we're giving the customers. So let's say, for example, a teammate of mine gets a very dissatisfied customer, which is automatically a negative 100%. But 4 of our teammates are able to contribute very satisfied customers, which is 100%. So that automatically ensures that the team's score for the month is at 60%. So that's one of the examples as a team goal. But as an individual goal, putting it on the QA's kind of goal, we are required to go ahead and do 2.7 monitorings per hour, which just rounded up to the nearest 10, 3 reps monitored per hour.
So, again, we'll go back on you being a quality analyst. What about your work days, work hours?
Well,
Tell me about it.
so far, just like a regular person working in an office. It's Monday to Fridays, but it's starting from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Breaks. How do you manage your break time?
Well, labor policies pretty much the same. 2 hours work, break, 2 hours work, lunch, 2 hours work, last break, and then last 2 hours and then out. Basic.
What is your break time?
Well, since my schedule right now is at 9 p.m., first break that I take is 11:15. Or, yeah, 11 or 11:15, within that time.
Speaking about breaks, can you tell me about holidays, day offs?
Well, for local holidays, which means holidays here in the Philippines, we do get like Christmas or New Year. For that, we get incentives like either double pay or a special holiday, pretty much something like that. We still have work, but the pay is much more better. But for U.S. holidays, since the program that we're in is following business hours, obviously when it's holiday in the United States, just like what happened earlier this month, September, it's Labor Day in the United States. We didn't have work. Offices are closed.
So does that mean that if it's a holiday in the Philippines, you get double pay?
Yeah,
And if it's a holiday in the US, you get a day off?
yeah, that's it.
So how long until you reach this current position?
Well, it actually took me 3 years.
Tell me about your grind on becoming a quality analyst.
Well, making sure that you provide good numbers, and whenever your supervisor or your managers are asking you of something to be able to help and contribute with the program, then obviously make sure that you extend a helping hand with them. And pretty much that's one of the things that I believe I've contributed why they've decided to pass my name in the form with regards to the applications or the applicants for the quality analyst position when it was open.
How did you become a quality analyst? Is it in a form of an interview or based on your job performance?
Well, I didn't actually apply for it first place. Just to give you a quick background on how it happened. I was walking or passing by the hallway, and then I met one of the lead quality analyst persons there by the name of Christine. And she said, "Hey Josh, are you interested in applying for the QA position because we're having an opening right now?" I said, "I'll think about it." And then within an hour or two, my manager and my supervisor approached me and said, "Hey, I spoke with Tin already, and at the same time, we've already set you up for an interview at 3:30 a.m. So I was in shock without any questions asked. I was like, seriously, I haven't applied for the position. And then my manager spoke to me and said, "Hey, a lot of opportunities already came by and you said no to it. This time you won't. I'm setting you up for an interview, and whether you like it or not, you're going to it."
So that must portray that you have a good profile. So if I ask your boss, if I were to ask your boss, what are the good points that you point?
Well, pretty much I can assure you that they'd say I'm a hardworking person. I never quit on the tasks that they are giving me, not unless I'm already finished with it, or not unless I've completed it.
Can you differentiate being a regular agent from being a quality analyst in terms of the work days, work hours, pay grade, you know?
Well, again, representatives, agents, we all need to salute them because this is a very big business. A lot of people are getting a lot of incomes for it, but they are the frontliners in the company. Without them, there wouldn't be any call center. So pretty much, they're the ones who takes the call, answers the customer's concern, resolve the issue, and they're the ones. They're the really the blood and sweat in this company or of this company or this business. They are the ones who are making sure this business continues on. While for the quality assurance analyst, we're the ones who are making sure that everything is done the right way and at the same time on what the clients are demanding us to follow with regards to the procedures and how the calls are being handled properly. Pretty much we're just guiding them, making sure that they're compliant to everything. Pretty much you could say teachers to them.
Do you miss being a regular agent?
Yeah, I miss when you're talking with a lot of your talking with your peers, walking around the floor, hearing the noises, because it can be really quiet in our department or in our office. Or, yeah.
With what you've said, does that mean that being promoted to a QA means that you have different social bonds?
Well, you still get to talk to the people that you know, or the teammate, or the people that you have hang out with. It's just that your work environment is a bit more different than what you had before.
Tell me the experience of being a regular agent.
Well, it's fun. You get to talk to a lot of people, learn a lot of things, especially if you're the type of person who doesn't know a lot of things that happen in the United States. I'd give you 2 or 3 months, you'd definitely be knowing a lot of things. You get to share the knowledge from those who are older than you, get to share what you know to those who are younger than you that are calling, and at the same time get a just a feel or a lot of good things. Though there are a lot of customers who are rude and pretty much a lot of them can be really such an ass. But there are still those customers who are really nice and who are there to share a piece of what they know and to share their knowledge of like business. There are some people who are teaching me that I spoke with. Hey, you should try investing in stocks. A lot of things about it. There are also some people who are going to ask you, hey, how's your day? Pretty much doing fine. A lot of things happening, but still keeping up in the positive atmosphere. Especially if you encounter a pastor. That's one of the things that I wouldn't forget. I was actually having a really bad day that time, but he really helped me. He motivated me to look at things in life in a much more positive way. So it's not just that you're there to resolve your concern, but there are also some instances that they help you understand things, know things, and at the same time help you get a little more relaxed. Especially that this is a really tiring job.
So does that mean that as a representative you get calls that sometimes disrespects you and respects you?
Yes, really, Americans, they are really fun to talk with, but there really are just some who are, they really put a lot of things into with regards to concern about the race. There are some instances that they'd ask you, hey, where are you from? Well, on our program, we're not allowed to say that we're in the Philippines, but at the same time, we're allowed to say that we are Filipinos. So there was this one instance that I said, I actually answered the call. He asked me where I'm from. He said me if I'm an American. I said, actually I was born and raised in the Philippines, but I've been in the United States for 3 years now. I said that. And then he said, I knew it. Could you please pass me over to someone who's an American? That pretty much for Americans, if they can see and they can feel that they can push you down or they can put you down, they will really make you cry or they will really tear you apart. But you just have to stand by your word. Tell them that, hey, I know you're a customer, but you have your limits. And me being a Filipino is something that is it's actually irrelevant with regards to your concern for calling. So if you're just calling to mock me for being a Filipino, then hell, don't talk to me. Just make sure that you stand up. Make sure that you don't let them knock you down. Because if you do, they won't stop until they get what they want from you. That's something that I've realized. So make sure that you're tough and ready for this whenever you are interested in entering the business.
With that being said, are there any call times that should just be, we should just be up to this time and then the calls just got cut off?
Well, there are some instances that customers' line gets disconnected. There are also instances where the customer is really rude. That's why you have to disconnect the call. So originally, we are required to, by the end of the month, we are required to make sure that our AHT, which is our average handling time, as a representative, is 10 minutes. So everything should be done in 10 minutes. So it's not that I'm saying that, hey, you need to make sure that every call that you have is handled within 10 minutes, but what I'm saying is by the end of the month, you should make sure that your overall handling time is within a 10-minute window.
So let's go back on you being a QA. What are the problems that arise from day to day?
Well, system issues, because again, computers are computers, they're fast, but there are also some instances that they're down. So not unless call copy goes down or some of the other systems go down, we're clear and good to go, we're fine.
How do you solve this problem?
Well, since it's already the computers, it's our IT department. So in the meantime, when systems for pulling up calls are not available, we do everything manually. We do a side-by-side monitoring, which means we go to the representative that we're monitoring, we plug into their headsets, and we listen to how they handle the call live.
Describe being a good agent.
Well, making sure that you are to hit your goals, meet the requirements that you're being given, but at the same time doing things the right way.
Do you have team building?
Yeah, we do. Well,
Can you describe them?
for team buildings, pretty much that's the time where we talk about what are our plans for the team. This is also the same moment where we solidify the bonds of the team, and at the same time, this is also the time that we're having fun, taking a load off from work, drinking, eating, having fun. A lot of people like to sing karaoke's, but most of the time, team buildings end up in swimming.
So what's important to you in this new position of yours?
Well, what's important for me is to be able to share my knowledge with my colleagues, former teammates, the people that are in the department, to be able to share my knowledge on how the calls are properly handled, and at the same time to meet my goals.
So does this fit in your envisionment for yourself, your goals in your career path?
Well, the person that I look up to is my boss, and she really did help me a lot with regards to maturing and at the same time being able to do a lot of things that I didn't know I was able to do before. So, my manager took the same path before. She started as a representative, became a QA, became a manager, and whatnot. She's now in the position that she's in right now. So, yeah. Looking forward to go ahead and get a lot more things better in the future. And this is indeed one of the first steps that I can see that will help me reach that
So
plan.
would you recommend to us teens to get into call center?
Well, if your parents are paying for your studies, then I'd recommend you finish it first. And after you graduate, yeah, why not? Again, make sure that you're ready, because it would really change you a lot. It's like a strong current, where if you're weak, you'll get on with it. You have to stay underground, not let it push you back. As long as you know for yourself that you're ready, and at the same time you build up a tough personality. Not to say that you become a bully, but know what your limits are, know where you stand at. As long as you know those, I believe you'll be able to succeed.
Okay, thank you for the time. It's been a wonderful conversation. Thank you for informing us of what it is like being inside the call center agency. Thank you, Mr.
Welcome, sir.